Hi. First of all, I wanted to say thank you to everybody for all of the positive thumbs up and comments that I've been getting on the homesteading survival videos that I've been doing. I had intended to do one today, but we've had so much happen today that I thought I'd give a little update for those that are following along with the updates. We've had a problem with the cobalt this week. I don't normally drive it, but I had it this week because of all the trips back and forth to Lutheran Hospital. And I had heard some beeping out of it that I couldn't pinpoint what the problem was, and it quit, and so I just thought it was a fluke. But I had also noticed when I tried to start the car, it didn't want to start the first time, and it actually took 2 tries to get it to start. And I knew that wasn't normal. I had thought maybe the fuel injectors were dirty and I needed to put some cleaner in it. But the other really odd thing was it smelled like gas. Inside the car, outside the car. So I figured it had to do with the fuel pump. And I wasn't sure, but that's kind of what I suspected the problem was. And so today I looked it up. We have had a ton of problems with the cobalt since we bought it. I seriously have paid more in repair bills than what I paid for the car. And that's really bad because we gave $12,000 for the car. It's been a real lemon. So I was real frustrated and I looked it up, and sure enough, it was the fuel pump. So I thought, well, isn't that lovely? And I kept reading, and they did not an all the way around recall, but it was some kind of special, specific recall that they did on some of the 2006 Cobalts, which is what we have. So I called the shop in Gas City that I take the car to, and I said something to them, and I mentioned the fact that it had had a recall in 2015 and that I had never been notified. But either way, we weren't having a problem until now. So I asked what they could do, and he said, well, if you bring it over, we'll get it in and give it a check. And he said it could either be what you suspect, or he said it could be the fuel line. And I said, well, what does something like that run? And he said, well, $800 and up. And I'm thinking, this is not happening. We have 4 vehicles. All of them need to go to the shop and be repaired. The air conditioner is broke down, and the windows don't open, and it is hotter than a firecracker inside this house, and what else can go wrong? But we're going to take the car over because Jeff has to have a way back and forth to work. So my car is just minor. It needs an oil change, and the brakes are rattling. So it's going to need new brakes. The truck is a little bit more of an issue because it has an oil leak, which it's had since we've had it. But the tailpipe and the catalytic converter are off. And given the type of vehicle it is, it's going to be expensive to get it in and get the repair done. It has dual exhaust on it, and that's what I want to put back on, and so that's not going to be cheap. And my motorcycle, it needs tires and a battery and a tune-up and an oil change. But it's a motorcycle, and motorcycle tires are not cheap. Never mind the fact that it's an older one, and I've got to find a shop that's willing to work on an older motorcycle because a lot of them don't want to. So anyway, I'm real frustrated at this point, and I said, if I bring it in and just drop it off, can you work it in? And he said, yeah. So took the car to Gas City and dropped it off, and Jeff's sister picked me up, and she took me over to Anita's, and I waited with Anita for a while, and then Anita brought me home, and while I was waiting, I got a phone call from the shop, and he said that I was absolutely right. It was the fuel pump. They're ordering a new fuel pump. They are ordering a new gas tank, and a new fuel line. And he says, I looked at what you told me about what you saw online, and he says, it's covered. I could have cried. I seriously could have cried. And I said, so is there any charge to me at all? And he said, no. You do not know what a relief that was unless you've been there yourself. I mean, I'm so happy that the car is going to get fixed. He said it's going to take a week or so because the gas tank is on back order and they don't know when they're going to have one. So it's going to be sitting there a while, but it's okay because Jeff's sister is going to loan him a van so that he can go back and forth to work. I'm going to work on getting the money up to get my brakes on my car fixed and get my car an oil change. And when we get the cobalt back, problem solved. So really, really happy. So then it left me with the problem of what to do about this heat. And on the way home, when Anita was bringing me home, we saw a sign, air conditioner, $75. And I said something and we stopped because I thought, could there be a 220 air conditioner for $75? You know, could I get that lucky today? I got even luckier. We went in and we talked to the man and I asked him a lot of questions, and he said that it probably drew some moisture up in to the digital keyboard, and there's a very small chance that it could dry out and just fix itself. But he said what he would do is bypass everything and put it on a cooling thermostat. And I said, so is that sort of the same way that you would do for a baseboard heater? And he said, yes, but you have to have a cooling thermostat. It has to be cooling, not heating, because of how they work. This is doable. And I said to him, I said, other than making my house 10 degrees or something insane, does it hurt to have the air conditioner on until we can get a thermostat wired in? And he said, no. I am so relieved. So relieved. So when Jeff gets off work, because he's still working, I'm going to say something to him because he has wired in thermostats into the baseboard heaters that he wired in. So this should really be something simple that he can do. Maybe not the easiest thing because of where all the wiring is, but something that he can do. And we can get the temperature on the air conditioner regulated again, and we can salvage this air conditioner because, like I told him, there's nothing else wrong with it. I mean, it works fine. It just doesn't shut off anymore. So this should take care of that problem. And he said that if I needed him to come out and get it and take it in and look at it, it would be like a $45 charge, which isn't bad at all. Or he said we could bring it in to him if we wanted. But I know that the air conditioner took 2 men to load it and get it. This is Charlie. And get it into place when we first put it in. So I'm thinking if it has to come out of that window, I would just soon pay somebody to bring their help and handle this air conditioner because it's really big. And so all in all, I've had some really great news today. And all the problems can be solved relatively cheaply. And certainly a thermostat is much, much better than spending $800 on another air conditioner, especially given how new this one is. So I'm super happy. I don't know if Jeff is working the weekend yet. I know there was some talk about him working. I don't know what's going to happen yet. But like I said, I'll know when he gets off. And so I hope all of you will subscribe because we're really trying to grow our numbers. We're trying to get the word out about the videos that we create. And we're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers. And I can't do it without you guys. So if you would please subscribe share the videos, get your friends and family to subscribe. There is going to be more homesteading and outdoor living content coming. There's going to be more gardening content, more recipes. I've got an exercise series lined up that I'm going to bring on because I know a lot of people do exercise, and I'm getting into it out of Planet Fitness for health reasons. So I have a lot of really great content planned for the near future. So thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe, comments below. Thanks for watching, and I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend.